Hi, my name is Christine Sims. I'm a registered audiologist employed with Western Health in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador for the past 31 years. Today I'd like to take a few minutes to speak to you about hearing loss and hearing aids and to make sure you are aware of Newfoundland and Labrador's provincial hearing aid program. Hearing provides us with awareness of environmental sounds. Probably more importantly, it provides a basis for speech understanding, which of course leads to communication. We all know the importance of communication in every aspect of our lives. Hearing loss can have significant impacts upon our ability to communicate with others. It's often known as communication loss. This can lead to social isolation. It can also have impacts upon our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Research has also shown that there's been a link between dementia and hearing loss. Better hearing has been shown to be linked to better memory, better social interactions, less withdrawal from social activities, better communication, and overall improved mental and emotional health and well-being. Hearing aids is one way of treating hearing loss, and hearing aids can certainly open up the world again for many people who experience hearing difficulty. However, hearing aids by themselves is not always the only or the best solution. You need to use hearing aids in conjunction with good communication strategies, such as using visual cues and minimizing background noise whenever possible. If you suspect that you have hearing concerns, an audiologist would assess your hearing and go over these communication strategies with you and make appropriate recommendations, and we'll let you know if they feel a hearing aid can provide benefit to you, and we'll go over what to expect from hearing aids so that you have realistic expectations as to what a hearing aid will provide. There are many signs of hearing loss, such as asking people to repeat themselves, saying what frequently, turning up the volume on the television, feeling that people are mumbling when they speak to you. These are just a few of the more common things that people will notice if they're experiencing hearing loss. There are many things that can impact our hearing. Certainly aging is one of those. Family history is another. So if there's a history of hearing loss in the family, it is possible this can be passed on genetically. Being around noise exposure certainly can impact hearing. And this can be either in terms of work occupational noise exposure or recreational noise exposure. For example, using power tools or chainsaws or hunting, things like that, can also significantly impact hearing. General health and well-being can also be a possible cause. Ototoxic medications, such as some of the medications used in chemotherapy, can also cause hearing loss. So there are many factors, but it is well known that as we age, there's a higher percentage of people that will experience hearing difficulty. It is suggested that, and it varies a little bit in the literature, that about 50% of people over the age of 65 have clinically significant hearing loss. There are currently over 1 million Canadians who report that they have hearing loss. And it is, again, in some literature stated that hearing loss is one of the top 3 most chronic health conditions in the elderly population. Although hearing loss is common, certainly in the older population, it can affect people of all ages. And as said before, if you suspect you have hearing concerns, a visit to an audiologist is recommended, and they will review your results and make appropriate recommendations at that time. Hearing aids is one of the recommendations often made by audiologists, and it is well known, unfortunately, that 4 out of 5 people who need hearing aids do not wear them. And we question all the reasons behind this, but certainly one of the main cause is that people believe that hearing aids are expensive, so they delay getting a hearing assessment. It is believed that many people delay getting an assessment for up to 10 years after initial onset of symptoms. This is a long time to wait for something when it has been shown that the sooner people get hearing aids, the better they do with them overall, and the better they are in terms of helping with communication. Because cost is considered to be a significant barrier to hearing aids, it is important to be aware that there are some options here in Newfoundland and Labrador in regards to this. Currently, there is a provincial hearing aid program within Newfoundland and Labrador. And with this program, children who are identified as having hearing loss are fit with hearing aids free of cost to the family, regardless of family income. And these children are followed through primary, elementary school, high school, and on into university should they continue full-time studies. We also fit adults through this program, but adults are fitted through based upon assessment of income. So they would have to go through an assessment to determine the eligibility. If it is determined that they do not have the money to pay for the hearing aids, we will get an authorization for services form, and then we would contact that client to come in to start the process of getting hearing aids, such as taking ear mold impressions, discussing the types of hearing aids that's out there, and proceeding with subsequently with ordering hearing aids and fitting that person. You do not have to be receiving any form of income support to necessarily qualify for this program. It is based independent of any other assessments for income support. It does look at money coming into the household as well as money in the bank. As this is one of the reasons people state as not proceeding with getting the hearing assessment and finding that hearing aids can help them, I strongly encourage you still to get baseline hearing assessments completed as soon as you notice any concerns with your hearing, and also then to know that this program is there should you not be able to afford to purchase hearing aids and be motivated to try them. We all know how important it is to communicate with those around us, and how vital communication is in every aspect of our lives, whether it be at home, at work, when we go to social events, whether we have a medical appointment, whether we want, how we hear in church in settings. There's so many different areas where hearing is vital, as well as, of course, providing protection for us in terms of safety, being aware of environmental sounds as well. I want you to listen to a couple of testimonials from clients who have been able to avail the provincial hearing aid program. And I hope that you will find what they have to say helpful in understanding how much benefit this program can provide and how important hearing aids are to communication skills, no matter what age we are. If you suspect you have any hearing problems and wish to have a hearing assessment completed, please contact your audiology department. In Western Newfoundland, you can contact Corner Brook site at 784-5374, and from Stephenville and region, you can contact 643-8690. Thank you for listening today, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. I'd be happy to speak with you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Audra Oxford. I have 2 hearing impaired children that require 2 hearing aids each at a very young age, and they were funded through the provincial hearing aid program. That was to solve the financial burden from the family, which was a good thing. And they were, language is a very high learning thing, and so they were able to hear with their hearing aids and develop their language before they even went to school. And education is so important, and hearing is important to the education. They were able to carry on a normal day at school, just like the rest of the children, because they had top-of-the-line equipment, which abled them to, hear and socialize with their friends and their colleagues in school. And one good thing too, now it's gone to post-secondary schooling. So once they finish grade school and they go on to post-secondary education, then they're funded also.
Hello, I'm Jeffrey Thornhill. I have a hearing loss in both ears, moderate to severe level hearing loss. I just wanted to talk about the provincial hearing aid program. In Nova Scotia, I had a program similar to it. It was okay. Then I moved to Alberta. They were not helpful at all. I had hearing aids that I could not hear anybody. I could not hear the environment. It didn't help me in any way. And then suddenly I moved back here to get support for my kids. I was a single parent. And I ended up going to school. And then someone mentioned the program, the Newfoundland hearing program, and I'm glad that they did, because I was able to hear in school, get the support I needed, get the education I needed, and when I finished that, I went back to work. And again, they helped me with the proper hearing aids, proper hearing aid settings and that, and helped me hear well in the work environment or home environment. So I'm glad these programs mentioned and brought up, and I was part of it. And I hope that more people will end up discovering this program and take part in it, because it is a wonderful program. It helped me a lot.